Hello, hello. Forgot to turn on a light this time, but we are live. My mic is not muted for almost the second time in the stream. So today we have a special treat. We have again Rayne sending in another film to review. This one is going to be versus EG in the Pro League from last week. It's going to be a CTF Truth, probably one of the best game types that I haven't gone over too much, that I wish to go over more. So I'm glad he sent this in. Again, as is customary with pro, like really higher tier games, we're not going to be just focusing on his individual performance, but overall as a team as well. But again, more so focusing on his. So staying on his, looking at things from a team perspective as well, and what they should be doing, but more focusing on him. So I'm really excited about this game. I feel in a really good mood today, as I took a 30-minute wake up time instead of just waking up and getting on and streaming. So again, we are starting this 30 minutes late compared to the average 6 o'clock, but I am happy I have done that. So let's go over to the non-overlay thing over here. Let's get on board with Rayne. So off the start, simple stuff. Two of his teammates go on pink. He's staying window. One person going car. If you ever wondered what's the standard starting strat, I would say this is like 100% it. This window guy can go top middle if he wants, bottom mid. The car guy sits back. If you only have one guy going car, you tend to sit back or use YOLO for the sword. And then the two pink guys just sit there and fight. And it's kind of just like whoever wins the opening battle just like runs forward and takes more map controls. But yeah. So he ups out pink side. I always found this like a little bit weird. You know, I guess you're stopping people from sitting up here. So if you've ever gone pink street, I don't know like how many people switch up their starting strats a lot. But if you've ever gone pink street, you'll know that most people tend to fight from like this position and shoot here, and then have a second guy from this position shoot here. Now what sitting window does is it stops this guy from sitting in this position and forcing them to come out Eli. Now it doesn't matter because his two teammates both go up to nerd. I wonder if that's like standard for them or if they just do it to do it, you know, like they're like, oh, I don't really want to go to pink 2, there's a guy there, they could be grenades, so they both just like decided to dip out, like I really want to know what their starting shot is specifically. But anyway, shooting out window stops this guy from sitting here and shooting the Eli. I wonder if they like use this or not, but that's the idea of it. So that's why it's good. But why it's bad is because the pistol doesn't have auto aim. It doesn't have aim magnetism from this position when zoomed in. Like basically, if you move up a couple of feet, like if you move out to front base to here, it will have aim magnetism. But then you're in this position, so it's weird. The other option is to jump top middle, and you can shoot the same thing. But then you have to worry about your car too, their bubble and their car addict jumping top middle or the window jumping top middle. So this is like the standard play to shoot pink street, but it's just like weak because you don't have any aim magnetism. And now this, oh, I'm so happy this happened. This is exactly what someone came in to my chat and asked about. They're like, Ryan, a lot of the times you're in positions and you kind of turn around. So like let's say you're in pink 2. All right, you check their pink street, no one's there, you go up to pink 2 and your team's at blue and you're pink 2 and you're shooting car 2. How do you kind of like never get caught off guard by this guy pink street? You never get like you never get caught off guard. You kind of turn around right when he comes in, or you predict him like a second before he gets in. And that's exactly what's going on here with Rayne. And this is from doing the starting shot so much. He knows the exact timings that he needs to do. So first of all, Rayne's getting information is basically what his positioning is here. He as he came into the chat and says. So he's basically making sure that no one's going like coming out front pink 1. He's counting how many people go up into pink 2, and then counting people that go top middle as well. But once he stops shooting pink side, he times the car look at the exact time. Look, B and Ninja both go car 1. They both don't get shot. So if they both don't get shot, they both go forward. You know, they hold forward. So this is the exact timing. At 53 is the exact timing that they come out of car and that Rayne shoots them. So this is the exact same thing as like sitting in pink 2 and making sure you count the time that a guy could come up pink street without you knowing. Um, so again, really good play. Like this is again professional level play coming out from Rayne, and because he times it perfectly, Ninja goes down. Like, I mean, like, jeez, have you ever like wondered what makes pros pros? Because if Rayne doesn't see that guy car one, you'll and Hammy just goes down, you're like, well, I mean, Hammy kind of lost a 1v1 or like kind of got caught off guard in his bubble. But no, that was on Rayne and his ability to like understand exactly what he needs to do at the start of this game. Because if he doesn't shoot Ninja, Hammy dies, and you can say like, oh, that's kind of like Hammy's fault for dying. But no, that like it's just like shows like all he did was put a couple of shots on someone, and that changed up the entire dynamic of that early game. Oh my god, he's so good. Like, it doesn't get tempted by a kill. Jumps pink 3. He sits his side so they can't see their side. Like, I mean, he's just in the position like that. This entire early game has just been perfect from Rayne. I mean, besides shooting his teammate right there for the kill, but that didn't matter at all. Oh, he's so good. So, what most of you probably didn't notice, and this isn't like I'd say like 50% of the time this isn't a call out. All right? I mean, he knows there's people in here, but I would say 50% of the time this isn't a call out. So let's talk about how cool of a play this is and how you can implement it into your gameplay at whatever level it is, all right? And this is something that you can do a lot easier than it might seem. So he gets a kill on Roy in pink 2. I'm guessing that was like a team grenade or something. But he's shooting cross map. And if you just listen for these guys in pink 2. Listen for the Zane versus Lunchbox fight. And this is probably a call out, but specifically like he's shooting while moving into face and like timing his turn perfectly to where he gets the kill without like getting into a position. Like if he takes like half a second longer to this guy, it's all about the timing though. So his teammate dies, and he drops in before a grenade from Lunchbox can come out to face. So he shoots, Penguin goes down, he gets the kill on the guy pink 2. So there's two things. It could be a call out, but it doesn't have to be. He could just like him and his teammate and the opponent got into a fight. He drops down, leaves the guy car 2. Like he's not getting distracted on these people, and then just like wins this battle. Like holy shit, he's so good. Oh my god, even the sprint slide. Let's talk about the sprint slide really quick. Like, I've got to just talk about everything because this is actually such good gameplay. Like, why would I not want to talk about everything? So, alright. Actually, I can implement you guys in this one. What does this sprint slide end up like? What is he trying to accomplish with this sprint slide? Alright, instead of just walking to the opponent's base and getting his shields back, what is the sprint slide accomplishing? Let's play it through. I'm pretty sure he goes down, right? So why does he do this sprint slide right there? Oh, why does he do it? Huh? Come on, give me some answers, guys. Weakening for his teammates. No, he could have weakened his opponent without shooting or without sprinting. Increased velocity. Whoo! We got half an answer correct. Breaking spawns. Kind of, not really though. Alright, you guys understand like kind of the gist of what's going on. I like it. I like some of your answers. So, a couple of people are saying trying to get into a safe position and trying to get bottom red to draw the guy red 2 down. It's kind of a mixture of everything. I don't know. There's not really like a specific answer. It's just about what you want to think about. So he doesn't want to get his shields back because like there's no getting your shields back based on the timing of when your opponents died, because he killed basically everyone, right? If I remember correctly. But anyway, like one guy's coming off spawn as he's killing this guy, so he wants to get into the basement, um, before his opponents are able to kill him. And even though that doesn't happen, he wants to get into the safe spot. So if he's walking down the street, he's just going to die. And why is he going to die? He knows the timing of when his opponents are going to spawn. So he could go back into pink too, but he wants to create himself an advantage. Like he wants to give himself an opportunity to get into the base. And it's not a trick question. It's he wants to get bottom red. Like he wants to get into a position and then make a move. Like he doesn't want to just die out in the street. So the answer is he's timed his opponent's spawn to where he knows that he can't just walk into the base. That's the correct answer. So he wants to sprint and he wants to get bottom of the base, but then he wants to get a shot down as well. He's got bottom car one shot. Anyway, like if he just sprints to bottom red, he goes down anyway. So he wants to get a couple of shots. But the idea is he's trying to get into his opponent's base before his opponents are able to come off spawn and clean him up. Because then he can like make a play. He can get bottom red and he can run around, do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But the idea was to get, damn it, dude, every time I hit Y when he dies or he's in a weird position. So he wants to get into this position right here. Because in this position, you can go bottom red if your opponent isn't fast enough, or you can, if he's jumping at you already, you can make a play, maybe get a beat down trade, and then like your teammate Zane can go out Eli and either get the kill, or it forces the guy to get his shields back in basement, and your teammate can get up to pink too. So all of that comes to account by just that little sprint to get into the basement a little bit faster, to get in this position a little bit faster. Doo -doo. Right, nothing bad there. Oh, look at that sword coming in from the flag. That was sick. Oh, the timing. I mean, I would say this is not like bad. I don't mean bad isn't bad. I just mean bad isn't like. Could he have played this any better? I've always wondered, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people wonder this in their gameplay as well. Have you ever just sat top middle and looked car instead of throwing a grenade? So he's like, I mean, he might be a little bit late in turning here. He doesn't like his three teammates are all alive. He doesn't really need. He's the guy that needs to be focusing on car. So maybe he could have turned around a little bit faster. But the biggest problem is that he throws a grenade before, like after his teammate. Should have gone P side to use range of carbine and be more safe from car spawners. I disagree with that, Tim. I think that if you go pink, you're allowing your opponents to too easily get to your car side, and because the flag is not out yet, if this guy gets to your car side, it causes problems to where if he gets the flag and drops bottom on the base, it's weird. But I just think the mistake is you use a grenade, even like, alright, so again, we talked about the idea that he turned around late, but he also turned around early. Like most players, most like lower tier players are gonna wait for that fourth guy to die before they turn around and like cover off car spawns. So the fact that he understands that he doesn't need to be looking there is great, but I still think that you killed three of your opponents, like your team killed three of your opponents, and you're all three still alive. You need to be turning around faster. But uh, the fact that you throw a grenade even though your opponent came off spawn already, I think is the biggest problem. So you throw a grenade right here. You didn't see him obviously, but the fact that you threw your grenade in a time that he could have been card 2 is just a little bit of a mistake, and that's what ends up causing you to die here. Because you could perfect him before he gets across, or you could shoot him without getting shot back at all. He shoots you 3 times, twice or something, and then your opponents are gonna kill you so easily. So that's the biggest problem. But you shooting stopped them from like, what the fuck? What is that? What? Hold on. What happened here? All right. Well, that's clearly a mistake. Yeah, that's like a super late run. But you guys end up capping it anyway, I assume, right? Yeah. All right. But let's talk about this flag run really quick. So when you kill 3 players, so 1, 2, and 3 go down. This last guy should not be worried about by the flag guy like at all. So you shoot him like twice. Now throw the flag, and as long as you don't get punched by this guy, like throw the flag pink 1 and then just like leave him or something. Like you don't need to worry about this guy at all. Right? I mean that's just I mean maybe I'm being too critical, but like he got shot by him 3 times, now he has to wait for his shields to come back, even though he doesn't really have to. So I just don't like that play by Hammy. But anyway, let's stay on board with Rayne. Pretty average, right? Like that didn't require any like high level decision making. You're just fighting normal battles. And just skip over that play. Ooh. What do you do from this position? Alright. And now I haven't been on a pro team in like ages. So like I wonder what the meta is here. Do you go back to your flag in this position? Look, Borg's bottom of your base. You have a teammate spawn bubble. Do both of you guys go card 2? This is something. This is like this is a an example of something that happens a lot that no one ever thinks about. Like again, like lower tier players, like they just spawn, they do whatever they fuck they want to do, right? Let's see if Team Liquid have any idea of what they want to do in this bubble spawn. Because they could both go car 2, they could send one guy back to make sure their flag's clear. I wonder. Holy shit! What? What? Alright, so we're gonna watch this one more time after this. So let's play this normal speed. Oh my god. Alright, now let's play this as if Rayne's dead, and like let's talk about the mistakes here. So he wants to help out front the base. But the fact that there could be 2 guys card 2 here is so bad. Like I don't know, your teammate's like stressing out there's a one-shot guy front your base, and I've been in it, like we've all been in this position, you know, where your teammate's stressing stuff, and so you want to help out as like a normal human being, but at the same time you have to be focusing on yourself. So the fact that there could be two guys card 2 here means that one guy could be card 2 and just slay your ass. But I guess Zane's watching for that. I don't know, like I mean, on one hand, you want to help out your team. I'll just say let's skip over this because there's no correct answer, there's no wrong answer, and you just shit on them so hard. Yeah, there's not like a correct or wrong answer there. I was gonna say nade car out of here, and then I noticed you didn't have any grenades, and then you did that little like upswing where you tried to throw a frag. Love it. All right, so now sit bubble for the next like 100 seconds. Basically 100 seconds. So I mean I've never been able to push in from car to flag here. Like never been able to push in from car to flag. Maybe because camo's up, you're gonna be able to do something, but the fact like the idea, and this is more so like that everyone can understand, like if you're watching on YouTube, if you're like a diamond player, if you push in from car side, actually it's for everyone, not just diamond players, but anyway if you're pushing from car side, and your opponents, like even if they do or don't know where you're coming from, you're still fighting from a disadvantage, especially if you're alone. So if you want to clear out their base, look at all of the places you have to check for them to be in their base. And then if you're trying to clear out their base, and there's a guy sitting here looking out window, and he sees you on his radar, he can jump into car attic, jump from base. If he's on this side, he can jump pink attic, jump away. So the idea that if you want to push him from car side, there's absolutely like no way that you can push in and get a kill unless your opponents are just terrible. So Rayne needs to sit here and make himself a presence, so that his teammates can fight actually a 3v3 or something, while also making sure that your teammates aren't scared of them getting to card 2. I wonder how this is played. That's exactly it. I love his choice of shots. He's shooting a guy going out pink here instead of the guy shooting him because he knows that he should get his shields back from Stellar rushing him before Stellar rushes him, and he wants to help out his team. He's going to be fighting this 1v1 where they're both full shields, and he has a small advantage unless a second player looks at him. Tim has the small advantage here because this guy doesn't have anywhere to back up to, while Tim has this wall where he can maneuver around. But he wants to shoot at Ninja so that his teammates can get camo while this guy is a little bit weaker. Right? Makes sense? Oh, with the stick. I'm sure you could have fought that a little bit. I'm sure you could have, like, actually tried to fight, but I don't like, that doesn't matter at all. You wanted to go for the stick, you had it in your mind. I'm sure you're better at going for the stick than fighting there. Like, that percentage play is better for you. Again, like, 2 players can... I guess Zane's, like, calling out, like, fuck, he's gonna penny me 1 shot. But, like, 2 players could get into your flag here. And you don't even check your car side. Tyler does, but... I feel like you might want to check it there. Again, let's look over this a little bit. Because, obviously, this isn't, like, that bad of a play. But you're, like, you really want to help out your teammate. Well, at the same time, like, look at your car, no one's checking it, no one's doing anything. So I feel like you're the guy that needs to get back into your flag here. Every time, man. So you want to get back into your flag to be able to drop. Like, so this is the thing. And, I don't know, this doesn't get talked about that much. Is if you want to stop them from going from your car side to your flag and maintaining control of your flag, you have to you have to be in your flag already. Because then you can drop and then make plays because of it, right? Like, you can drop and then get up to your flag. But if you're stuck Eli and they get into your flag, then you just, like, you don't have a choice, really. Longshot Loop says, doesn't last spawner normally check? It's not like checking. It's about the ability. It's about the ability of them being in your flag. Yeah, and Rayne says, no, the last spawner is going to be fucked. So because Lunchbox and Stellar get into the flag, Spartan's going to check his flag, and he's going to do nothing while Rayne's going out Pink Street. So, again, if you want to stop them from getting control of your base, you have to already be in your base, because otherwise your ability to back up is stuck on Eli, and then they can just run the flag out car. So let's watch this. Penguin gets a kill. You want to go back to your flag. He gets fucked. Like, he gets, like... fucked. And now you're, oh my god, Stellar, no! Like, absolutely no reason. So let's talk about this absolutely huge mistake from Stellar. And I hate the fact that he made this play. So it's not, I'm sure Stellar was like, oh, I almost got behind the flag, he hit every shot. He has like a million different excuses. But there's absolutely no reason for Tim to have any business killing Stellar here, right? So Stellar, like, he thrust back eventually, but I'm sure he had thrust that entire time. Let's actually make sure. So yeah, he has thrust this entire time from right here. So he sees Tim right now. He has 4 shots to make sure he gets back into his flag. Back into the flag. And then he can jump up Pink Attic to stop getting shot by car side. But, like, this death matters an unbelievable amount. Because then they could all collapse back on Zane as 4 players coming back. And then, like, the others, or 3 players can collapse on Zane. And then the 4th guy who's off spawn right now, which is Roy, can watch car side. Or top middle, wherever. Basically, wherever Hammy goes, Roy has that job. But because Stellar goes down, this flag is just, like, stopped. Because Hammy's just going to run back to his flag. Lunchbox is going to get into Pink Attic and then go out Eli. And Hammy's just going to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. So, huge mistake coming out there by Stellar. Yeah, like, Lunchbox doesn't know where to go now. Hammy spawns bubble. Bad mistake there by Lunchbox dying that easily. But, yeah, that is such a bad mistake there. I mean, you're playing it as if he's ping 2, but he's not. Like, you and your teammate, Tyler, played that really well. If he's ping 2, you shoot him up face, Tyler gets him. But he just wasn't there. You could have maybe backed up, but because you were so far, like, you were so focused on him being ping 2, even though he could have not been there, I don't mind it. Like, even though that looks really bad, I don't mind it. If that happens more than, like, twice in a game, then you can go back and say, I really need to not let that happen. I need to play safer going into ping 2. But again, like, not bad. Not like, because I can see your intent. Like I can see exactly what you're thinking. But oh, nice. Ah, lost the battle. Again, not a bad play. If you stay alive top middle here, I put a lot of emphasis on staying alive. But if you stay alive top middle here, you just go down. So you have to win that battle, and then you can look like who's charging you from car 2 or window. Because you would just go down by car 2 or window if you stayed alive there. So that's a perfectly fine death. I'm not interested in those deaths like at all whatsoever. Ah! God. I'm sure you could have thrusted right, but a little bit of a panic. Again, not a bad death at all. Like those deaths just like don't matter at all. Those deaths happen to everyone. Just all you can do is cut those deaths down a little bit. By just being a little bit better, but there's not like, oh, you should have done this, because there just really isn't. I don't know. In solid play, like he's making sure that Rayne's making sure he's doing his best to get the kills while staying alive. He always has an escape plan in his head, so there we go. I can relate this back to like previous videos. He always has an escape plan. So he's shooting Borg, and this entire time he's shooting him just like barely to where he can always back up to this spot right here. Alright? And so when Borg gets away a little bit too far than he wants, he has to push out a little bit further than he really expects to, and that's why he gets so close to dying. But he still like gets the kill, and you can see it in his head. He's like, I don't really want to be in this position. I know that I can get killed by this guy so easily. He knows that there's a huge possibility of a second guy being there. Or he knows he's there because of shots or something. But you can see it going through his head. So he gets the kill, and he instantly thrusts away. Maybe his thrust could have been a little bit better. But you can see exactly what he's thinking. So it's awesome just like seeing his idea of, I want to get this kill and get out. How do I do that? Going through his head. Right here, I believe, and again, I'm not 100% sure. So, in this game, sorry to go off on another tangent, guys, but in this game, people react, right? And I mean, that's such a blanket statement. So, what do I mean by people react? You're sitting car 1, you could go anywhere as Rayne, and Ninja knows that. So Ninja is gonna sit car 2, and he's gonna wait. Alright, well he goes like bottom car for some reason. I don't know why. But people react. So Rayne, by sitting car 1, he shoots. Ninja is like, oh, he shot. I know where he's at. Like Rayne is the only person that can be in this position. I know where he's at, so I know what I can do. So Rayne is thinking, this guy could be coming down this ramp right now. And because I shot, he knows where I'm good. I fucking read the chat. Got mixed up. He knows where I'm at. And he knows where it could be. So I need to get out of this position, because while I'm trying to help out my team, I'm in a losing battle from this guy coming down car slide. And while Ninja's late, you can see that Rayne knows that he can be there. And so that's why he makes this play right here. He doesn't go front car to bottom car, because one guy is coming off spawn, but also his opponent could be in that position as well, chasing him front car. So he wants to go bottom of his base to help out clear his base, but also, look at that, Ninja shoots him exactly as he gets in the bottom of his base. So I love it. This subtle things that he just does. So Chemo's up. His teammate dies front their base. I mean, don't know how. Don't want to go watch it, because I'm sure everyone's been in this position where, how the fuck did a teammate die front their base? I'm sure he's got a good reason for it. But this is the question that everyone asks themselves. Do I go for the camo here? Do I go inside pink 2 to go to their street? There's a guy one shot there, pink 1. I can't really chase him because Borg's just sitting there. He's going to shoot me if I chase him. What do I do here? Right? And so I don't need an answer from you guys, but I just want you guys to think, what do you do in this position? Alright, you and your teammate are both sitting right next to each other. Your other teammate is awkwardly in bottom mid. Do you guys both push for camo? Do you guys both push pink 2? I mean, I think because your teammate's dead. Oh, I guess you got a trade kill. Or maybe that last guy's coming off spawn right now. But anyway, what do you do? I feel like you want to go pink 1 here. I mean, looking at where Hammy's at, that's probably the play, is where you both drop pink 1. One guy like pushes forward. I think like Tim pushes forward to this position and then just like kind of like pushes back this other guy as well, while Hammy stops this guy bottom pink from going out front bottom pink, so you end up getting camo. But I don't know, like it's so hard because if Tyler doesn't die here, the play is 100% to go inside pink 2. Right? You have Zane sit here and watch. You have Hammy sit on the other side and watch. So this guy pink 1's going to be a non-factor. Borg can't drop because he's going to get shot by both players. And then you just push through pink 2 and go right here, forcing like everyone to die, and then your teammate gets camo, and that's how it's played. But your teammate died from their base, so what do? Right? Well, Stellar makes it easy for you. I mean, that's my only response, right? Like, I mean, you know, make a bunch of facial expressions, make some like noise with your like old man noises. See, because there's there's nothing you could do, but at the same time, this play is so important. Come on, give me his position. Oh my God, Theater, thank you. Did I back up too far? I went forward too far. Oops. Should have shot P1 guys for Zane. You shot with the wrong guy. I think that you just need to drop it with him. So looking at the positions on the map and looking at Stellar being one shot, I think if you stop and you're able to have this, you know, if you stop and you're able to say, I know what I'm supposed to do because it's a freeze frame and I can make a decision. But it's not a freeze frame. Like you don't get this freeze frame in this game. You have to make your decisions instantly every time. And that's going to cause times where Zane just goes for the camo right away. So I think once you see him drop, you need to drop. And this is where exactly what I'm talking about is the first guy that drops should be going on this side of pink 1 and going up to here, up to this position, to have both him and his teammate shoot this guy pink street and stop anyone from going Eli. And then the second guy goes for the camo, shoots if he has to, but then goes for the camo. So I don't think it matters who you shoot, right? Because Zane's just probably going to go down. Yeah, Zane's going to go down 100%, but I think you guys just fight for it, with Hammy being in the position bottom mid shooting their street. I think that's, if you guys make that play together, you guys win that, get that camo and win the battle so hard, but it happens so fast, and you guys probably haven't been in that position that much that you can't know for sure what the play is. He's so good. Like, most people just die or they don't get this kill, but he does neither. Or I guess he does both. He gets the kill and stays alive. That's what I mean. So let's watch it. It's like, boom, jumps out just far enough to get the kill. Look at that. Ninja's probably like, I was spamming all my screen, good, kill me. But Rayne jumps out just far enough to get the kill, and then also gets back into the bottom of his base while ducking his head so that no one can kill him. I mean, I'm sure Stellar could have headshot him, but this is a hard headshot to hit. So anyone car 2 or bottom car, like, just doesn't have enough time to get all of the shots in. See, Stellar doesn't miss a shot, doesn't hit the head, but that's a hard shot to hit the head. So I'm just saying, he's so good that he gets it into the bottom of the base perfectly, like, doesn't waste any time, and then gets the shit, like, it's so good. He's just so good. simple stuff. Here's shots pink 2, you go to pink 2. Oh my god, that melted. What? Like, is this normal? This happened to me today too. I was the storm rifle guy and I just melted a guy like this. Like, is this normal? Look how far away that is. He only misses like 4 bullets out of 10 in that position. I don't know. I always missed. So storm rifle fair weapon for sure. And now because you die, your team gets absolutely fucked with the flag. I'm sure. Let's actually rewatch and show just how important this kill is. So I'm not gonna call this a mistake by Rayne because that was bullshit. I think I went forward too far. Alright, so again, I'm not gonna call this a mistake by Rayne because that was just bullshit. But let's show exactly how important that death was. So 3 go down, and one of his teammates goes down. Tyler's going to sprint in for that flag. He's got enough time, even if he's no shield, which I think, yeah, it looks like he is. So even if he's no shield, the player's going to spawn bubble. As long as Zane doesn't block bubble here, he goes top middle and make sure this lunchbox guy dies. So Tyler should have enough time to grab the flag. If Rayne doesn't die and that guy stays bottom of the base, this is a flag run to pink. But this just shows like how important of a kill this is, because now Tyler, where does he run it, right? Let's actually watch his point of view to get the sense of how important that guy's street is and like what happens because of it. What did I just do? All right. So now he wants to run a car, and they spawn car, and this is the second time I've seen your team do this, where they like, oh, it wasn't your team actually, it was Lunchbox do this. Lunchbox did this before, now Tyler's doing it now. And this is a mistake. Because, look, you and your teammate were in the base. Like, how are they not going to spawn bubble? Is it... And I mean, I don't mean to be conceited doing this, but they're 100% going to spawn bubble because of their spawn timers. Do you just not have an understanding of what their spawn timers are, right? Do you just think you're going to get in there? Like, that's probably the best case scenario, is the fact that you got it all the way there. I don't know. Yeah, you called for a pink run, but even if you do that pink run, you're still not going to cap it, like 90% of the time. Yeah, it's all good. Like, and I'm just saying, like, yeah. There was no way you guys were going to cap that flag whichever way you ran it. So, like, it doesn't matter at all. Maybe you could have made a play if you ran it pink, but like, it was definitely the better play to run it pink. But I don't know. We'll just forget about it. He has sword. No, I don't know. We'll just say maybe. Just say maybe. Actually, I want to talk about that a little bit more. You know, I got it into my head. Wait, what the fuck? Alright. So he doesn't want to run it pink because his lunchbox kid's still alive, right? Yeah, let's actually back this up a little bit further. Let's watch this from Spartan's point of view, because I do want to watch this. All right. Where's every time, man? All right, here's Spartan. Grabs a sword. I mean, all right, whatever. I guess I'm just not a sword kid. So because Tim goes down, doesn't get lunchbox, very weak. Wait, how weak did you get him? Oh, you did get him very weak. So if Zane gets this kill, sure. But I don't think you guys are gonna get that kill that often. I mean, fuck, maybe, right? This is such a weird play. So you kill 3 instantly. You know they're gonna spawn bubble. Do you run it into pink attic here, or do you run it P side? Because if you run it pink side, and this guy doesn't make the mistake of almost dying to this guy basement, if he jumps up into the Eli like he should, then jumps up into the pink attic, are you going to be able to kill him? The answer is probably no, because he's already like at the Eli. He's getting his shields back at this second, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's like he's just about to get his shields back right now. And so Zane wasn't in time. Tyler would have just been turning the corner, as he's just out car side right now. Like, I think that I think that Lunchbox stays alive here, and he forces Zane to chase him down, which forces your teammates to go out pink side, which lets them get across top middle and stop the flag. I think that because your opponents are already coming off spawn before the flag is like out at all, and like it just forces your teammates to like do things that they don't want to do, and lets your opponents do things that they want to do, right? So I just think that this cap isn't going to happen like 90% of the time. The only way it does happen is if your opponents don't do what they're supposed to do, and or Tyler just YOLOs the flag and like doesn't get stopped at all, going bottom pink. Like maybe he can just like sprint sort it all the way across without stopping, but most of the time you're gonna like run it out pink, and you're gonna jump and try to shoot this guy, and then you're gonna like throw it out, try and shoot this guy a little bit more, then run it. Then they're gonna be top middle and stopping you. But like, how they get across top middle? So, I mean, we don't get to watch a specific situation like come out. Like, you don't get to watch it, so I don't know. I don't like to talk about the theories of that really, because you don't get to see it in action. Yeah, we can all agree the car one was terrible. Like, just absolutely awful. We can all agree about that. I'm just saying, like, it would be a weird play. It's just like not as guaranteed as we think you think it's more guaranteed that you guys get the flag across, and I say guaranteed is like, you probably think it's like 50-50. I think it's like 90% of the time they stop it. But anyway, let's get back to this. Let's get back to the game, because we could go back and forth on that forever, I'm sure. Ooh, let's watch this. So this is the one time where you and your teammate both get caught off guard pink, and you know, every time I don't understand why every time I can never get to your point of view. So you guys kill 2. The third player dies in Stellar eventually, right? Yes, third player dies. You see this, you see the 4th guy. So the 2 people are coming off spawn window right here. Ninja is gonna go down bottom of your base. You get shields back, you push out. Maybe you could have pushed out a little bit earlier. You don't see anyone. I don't think you saw Borg there. But you kill him. And now this is like, this is weird. This is the only time I've ever seen you guys get caught off guard pink side here. You don't check it, your teammate doesn't check it. I disagree with your teammate not checking it. Maybe you guys are pretty sure. Maybe he wants to help your car too. I guess he wants to help your car too, but they're coming up pink street. You guys both mistime it. Like your teammates, yeah. I think that's on Spartan, because you don't have any grenades and you're baiting and switching. I think that's on Spartan, who should have grenades. Yeah, he has 2 grenades. To not have that timing down to where he needs to turn around and throw grenades. Because what's he doing staring at car side here? Right? Like, is he like spotting grenades so he can thrust away? But yeah, he needs to turn around and throw some grenades inside pink too. Stop that from happening. He does it just a little late. I think because the guy showed up on radar. That's just doesn't have the intuition. But that's not like, oh, it's his fault. I'm just saying that's the one time I've seen you guys get caught off guard in pink and trying to figure out if it's actually a mistake or if it's just none of you guys can do anything. I think it was maybe a little bit of a mistake, but not too bad. Holy shit. You guys are fucked. 4 down. Part 2 guy doesn't go down. Interesting. What? Did you guys see that? On the left side of the screen it said Penguin killed Roy. Did you guys catch that? Hold up. Roy. Now again, I always go over like the person that sends in the game. I don't want to go over other people's gameplays, because that's not like, I don't know, that's just not what I'm about. But I have to talk about this. So Fury Rod guy, car 2. Because he goes like front bottom car and he sees it on radar, he wants to fight him. Oh, what the fuck is this? Alright, oh yeah, that's when they're all pushing it. Alright. Gets the double kill. It ends up being great, even though I didn't like it. Zane's getting shot, car 2. What the fuck? I mean, I guess that's just the decision to drop out on the base and get the double kill. Because, oh, okay, I got it. I got it. It finally processed into my head what the problem here was. Unless, hold on, let's rewatch this, guys, because I am a little bit confused. So 2 players down on each team, or 2 players down on their team. 1, 2, 3. All right, you see Tyler. Roy sees Tyler alive as the last guy alive. Roy is the player that needs to block spawns. All 3 of his teammates are still alive. This is the exact same play in a little bit of a different situation as what we talked about earlier with Rayne. Now, we talked about earlier where Rayne was top middle, and the last guy alive was Ninja bottom of the base, and he focused his attention on that guy bottom of the base for just a little bit too long, which caused his grenade to be top car a little bit late, which caused him to go down. They ended up capping the flag, so it didn't matter that much, but in a different situation, the flag would be stopped, and it'd be all Rayne's fault. Here is the exact same thing. Borg sees the last guy alive bottom of the base, and instead of going up his slide, or doing something else to focus on the idea that he wants to stop the people from going across top car because he has fuel rod, he thinks, I have to help my team because there's one guy alive bottom of the base, and that's 4 dead. But in Halo 5, that's not how it works. Because there's an 8-second respawn, getting this kill bottom of the base doesn't matter. The spawners are the people that matters. So because 3 of your teammates are alive, Roy shouldn't have made that play, and because of that, Zane is able to get the kill, and the flag is able to be stopped eventually, I assume. Because once that guy goes down, look at the opponents. Like, Ninja's still stuck in the base. I like the idea of Ninja staying in the base here. But if Roy doesn't go down, this flag gets capped. Ninja doesn't get blamed at all for staying in the back of the base. They might be able to run a double cap here. Rayne goes back, clears the guy out of the base. Doesn't clear the guy out of the base. This is the exact play that I was talking about earlier. Remember when Rayne was in bubble? If you try to push into the base versus a guy that's in the base, whether or not he knows you're there, you're either gonna lose the battle or you're gonna force him to run away. Either play is good for the guy in the base because it gives your team time, like it prolongs the battle. So Ninja, because he recognized that he hit all of his shots, look at that, 4 shots, he just decides, I'm gonna stay top of the base. And he wins the battle. So I love the fact that that happened when I talked about that earlier. And I'm not saying that's a bad play by Rayne. I'm just saying, like, that battle is just unbelievably hard to win. So we're not watching the other side of the map at all. It looks like his team is going to be able to win the battle. Yeah, the flag got recovered somehow. Ninja not timing the spawns. Should have thrusted northeast. Guess northeast, you mean like that way? Right? Oh, northeast, I assume that you mean like, so you were in a battle with him this way, so you mean like northeast like this way. Alright, I got it. Maybe. I mean, I just don't really care about the battles too much. I think you're going to lose the battle no matter what, even if you thrusted better, but... But yeah, you probably could have thrusted a little bit better. Again, I don't care about that. Good teamwork. Check the street, see no one's there. Think maybe, I don't know. What do you think about here? So you check the street and no one's there. You know one of your teammates is in bubble. I hate that I have to go back to your screen every time I hit Y. What do you think about sitting on this side of top middle more? So you have the ability to shoot out the car side because you don't. I think your teammate was hiding mid a wall, so he didn't know if anyone was coming out car, and you don't know if anyone's coming out car. So if your teammate dies in bubble here, then it's like, I don't know. Then you guys probably won't be able to push in as easily. So maybe sit on car side of top middle, and that way you give a different angle in the window. But maybe not, right? Maybe not. You can't jump into flag. Didn't matter because no one came out car, but maybe in a different situation someone does come out car. I don't know. Alright, so you kill all of them. You want to run back to your base. Oh, shit. Ha! Oh, Fuck! I love it. All right. Ooh. I mean, I'm trying to think of how to word this, but some longtime viewers might understand what I'm getting so excited about here. Again, it's all about timing spawns, especially when you're on their side of the map. But even if you're in the middle of the map, wherever you're at, it's all about timing spawns. Why did I just get excited about this? I mean, that right there. That right there. I'm so excited about that. Why am I so excited about that? You could have forced them all to spawn bubble, but you shot the guy that's on top of bubble, blocking spawns, forcing them to spawn pink. And he just runs out pink. Alright, well, I mean, and then you go down. So that was just, I mean, without even watching your point of view, that was just bad, but shit, dude, every time. Alright, whatever. We're gonna watch this amazing push again. Team pushes in, they get 3 kills. Last guy's running to your side. I think maybe you could have jumped top middle here with your teammate to secure the flag. Your teammate jumps back into your flag. Cammy goes in Eli. You watch car 2. So I think that might be something that you want to think about. But you, so you see your opponent is still dead, lunchbox, as you don't see him anywhere on the map. You shoot the spawner in bubble, forcing him to spawn pink door. Boom. So if you don't shoot the guy, I've learned in this game that shooting spawns forces them to spawn in that position, like or blocks the spawn in that position. So if you're shooting bunker spawns, like if you're on rig, if you shoot bunker spawns, they can spawn carbine like a lot easier. If it just blocks the spawn. So if you're blocking bunker and you're not blocking car, they're gonna spawn car. But if you're not blocking bunker or car, most of the time they're gonna spawn bunker, like in the specific situation. But this is the same thing. If Lunchbox didn't have people he was directly looking at, you'd be dead so fast. But then you end up dying from a guy cart too. I mean, I guess you didn't see him on your screen, even though we saw him on this screen. Because this is the server side, so you probably just didn't see him and went down. I don't blame you, I guess, after watching it. So it wasn't a bad death, but again, forcing that guy to spawn pink. I think you end up trading flags. Ninja gets back to his base with a flag or something. What's going on? Yeah, Stellar gets back to the base. So again, I think you could have went back to top middle there. That's that's the only real piece. But again, you block spawns car bubble. The guy spawn pink. I think you could have forced them all to spawn bubble there, and then just stayed alive in their flag. Which you wanted to stay alive in their flag. You forced the guy to spawn pink. Teammates making a play. I love the fact that you're forcing the Borg to rush you. And I don't know. I don't know about that play from Borg. This is always that weird situation where he wants to go car 2 and kill you, but he also doesn't want, like, he wants to kill you fast and then push into the base with you. But I love the fact that you're shooting Ninja while disregarding Borg over here, because you're doing so much more in the fight than it actually looks like you're doing. By just shooting Ninja and having this guy rush you, like, you're just doing so much extra damage. Borg could have gone anywhere. You still get into your base. But again, Borg could have gone top middle to your window, and then you want to fight him. You dying there doesn't matter at all. The fact that your team is able to get back control of your base, blah, blah, blah. So, that play was just great. Grabbing fuel rod. Always scary to grab fuel rod. The guy street and bubble could have seen you. I'm always scared to grab fuel rod, but it's not like a good or bad play. Is flag like close to being recovered or something? Is it close to being recovered? No? It was kind of. You end up going down, but who cares because Sport just runs in. Your team's still in their base. Alright. This, I think I disagree with too. So your team's, your teammate's playing really confident in bubble. Maybe you go top middle here. And then being top middle gives you the ability to do a lot of different things. You can drop on him car to kill him if he drops one in car. But you going out car side doesn't give you the option. But it does put you in a position to where you're right next to your teammate. And you're going to own the people that spawn bubble and go car too. Watch this. Oh, owned. Absolutely owned. Oh, but let me just give you massive props. Hammy's looking card 2, you look bubble. Like you guys have been doing this all game, where if you have to look in two directions, that does not look right. Um, one of you is always looking in one of you is looking in the other, and then you guys play accordingly. So I have to give you massive props, you and your team massive props for that. Why did I hit back there? Fuck. So there's a guy that could be card 2. Hammy checks there and then drops, and then you finish this guy off because you're not getting shot, your teammate is. If your teammate wasn't getting shot, he would have turned and helped you. You'd have backed up. Same thing. Yes, push in. I mean, generally in my history, the player looking at the place where you need to run the flag is the guy that runs the flag if you guys are both like the same distance away from the flag. But I'm sure Zane's saying, I'm gonna run it, I'm gonna run it, I'm gonna run it. This is a good play. If they shoot from bubble to flag, you're gonna take some shots. But if they don't shoot, you like help out top middle side. Because you shot, did they spawn anywhere else? Doesn't look like it. So you're just staying alive in the base. General good place. Looks like your team's just winning the game. Or EG's losing the game, I'm not sure. With EG's history recently. Yeah. I mean, that was a good... I mean, again, that was a really good performance. Like, you get to see why you're pro. We got to have some input on some smaller things. As well as some large things. But again, what do you think about this? I mean, is there like an unwritten rule? What does the chat think about this, alright? Is there an unwritten rule to where if you guys are both in this position, I feel like there's an unwritten rule to where the guy in this position always runs the flag. I mean, not always, but like no one's in bubble unless there's a guy in bubble shooting you already. You always run the flag unless it's already been stated who runs it. I mean, that's just my opinion because if a guy shoots from bubble now, Zane is able to shoot him, you're able to run the flag. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much, but it's just something to always talk about. I'm not quite sure about that fight there. You didn't need to get that kill because it's not going to affect the flag at all. Maybe you just jump up car attic and because you still had shields. Yeah. So this is the only thing I'm going to talk about before I call it quits. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to start typing them in the chat. I'm just going to end the stream right after I get done talking about this, unless there's questions. So Rayne here gets into the fight with Stellar and Bubble. So once the flag guy gets past the corner and you shoot him like once or twice, I think you just thrust back into car attic and then just like look top middle and then maybe like fall bottom of the base. Or you can just like you can just basically make sure that the sky doesn't go up. But you dying here, I think, is like you getting this kill here doesn't matter. But then you like you staying alive matters. So you getting into this fight is bad in general, but not bad because you guys are probably gonna cap it anyway. Oh, you say you have an ego, so you go for it. I mean, yeah, some players like Mikwin, like, I mean, if you say you have an ego too, just like always want to get into the battles, but it sometimes costs. But in this position, you guys are up 2-0, 3 minutes left, like you going for this battle just puts it in his head, like, I'm gonna fucking destroy you the entire time, so I don't mind it. But yeah, I think you just like shoot him twice, leave him there, go up Cardic, watch top middle, because there is a guy that goes top middle, right? Yeah, Lunchbox just goes across top middle. So you stop that guy from ever getting top middle and killing the flag guy or killing the guy pink 2. And then yeah, I think that's just like a mistake. Oh, you don't challenge anything. Alright. Yeah, that's what I thought about you, right? I always thought you didn't challenge. But anyway, watching this again. Shoot him twice, thrust back into Cardic, watch Cardic to top, or watch car 2 to top middle. This fight doesn't matter at all. And the idea that he hits the top middle matters. Because he puts shots into Tyler and helps, and then Zane can't just win a 1v1 in pink 2 to run the flag. So I mean, I'm sure that's pretty obvious as something you can look at. But it doesn't end up mattering at all, because you guys just, your team just fucking owns, right? So, Oh, and you did, and Rayne did say, yeah, 100% my pool, but it was a pro league match, and so it's hectic. And Zane was saying that Zane was saying that he was gonna pull the flag, so Zane pulls the flag. Zane, whoever says they're gonna pull it, cancels out any idea or any notion that the guy that should pull it pulls it. So, all right. So thanks everyone for watching, and again, thanks so much, Rayne, for sending in this video. Helps out a lot. I love watching people like actually knowing what they want to do at like 90% of the time. I love it. Like I love to see intent. The intent of what you wanted to do and how you were doing it. Like the guy Car 2, when you shot him and backed up, the entire time you're like, I want to get out. Like I don't want to go this far out, but you like, I want to get the skills. I love watching that stuff. Mostly it's like, mostly I get to point out mistakes, but I get to actually point or good things. But normally the good things aren't like followed with intent. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop talking about it. Thanks a lot for sending it. Um, Thanks everyone in here for typing as well in the chat, for talking with me, talking me through these gameplays. Like, oh, I would have done this. There's a lot of that, as well as like answering the questions that I had. Oh yeah, and the Pro League is going on right now, so make sure to go watch that. It's starting right now. Think this is actually a perfect time on Wednesdays, since maybe this review ran longer. Maybe I can start at like 6:45 and then have you guys watch the Pro League right after. I can host them. So perfect timing. Thanks everyone for watching. See you guys later.